The late 16th century was a time of great change and ambition. England, under the rule of Queen Elizabeth I, sought to expand its influence across the Atlantic. The New World, with its promise of riches and resources, beckoned. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favorite of the Queen, was eager to answer this call. He envisioned establishing a permanent English settlement in North America. This settlement would serve as a base for trade, exploration, and a challenge to the growing power of Spain. Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina, was chosen as the location for this ambitious venture. It was seen as strategically important and potentially bountiful. The first attempt to establish a colony at Roanoke was made in 1585. Over 100 men landed on the island, led by Sir Richard Grenville. They faced immediate challenges. The native Algonquin people, while initially open to trade, soon became wary of the newcomers' intentions. The English, for their part, struggled to adapt to the unfamiliar environment and secure reliable sources of food. The relationship between the colonists and the Algonquin grew increasingly strained. By the following year, the colonists, disheartened and low on supplies, chose to return to England aboard Sir Francis Drake's ships. Despite the challenges faced by the first Roanoke colonists, the dream of a permanent English settlement persisted. In 1587, a second expedition set sail from England, this time with families aboard, determined to make Roanoke a lasting success. This group, consisting of around 115 men, women, and children, was led by John White, a skilled artist and cartographer. White had accompanied the previous expedition and was chosen as the governor of the new colony. Among the colonists were White's own daughter Eleanor and her husband Ananias Dare. The colonists arrived at Roanoke to find the fort deserted and in disrepair. The fate of the 15 men left behind from the previous year to hold the fort remained a mystery. Undeterred, they set about rebuilding and establishing themselves. Shortly after their arrival, Eleanor Dare gave birth to a daughter, Virginia. She was the first English child born in the New World, a symbol of hope and new beginnings for the colonists. However, the challenges of establishing a colony in this new land remained daunting. Life in the fledgling Roanoke colony was fraught with difficulties. Food and supplies were scarce, and the relationship with the local Native American tribes remained tenuous. Governor White, realizing the precariousness of their situation, decided to return to England for supplies and reinforcements. He left behind his family, including his granddaughter Virginia, hoping to return within a year. However, events in Europe conspired to delay White's return. England was embroiled in a war with Spain, and all available ships were commandeered for the war effort. It would be 3 long years before White could secure passage back to Roanoke. When White finally arrived back at Roanoke in 1590, he was met with an eerie silence. The settlement was deserted, houses were intact but abandoned, with no signs of a struggle or a hasty departure. The only clue to the colonists' fate was the word CROATOAN, carved into a post, and CRO etched into a nearby tree. There was no sign of distress or violence. White's hopes of a joyous reunion with his family and the colonists were dashed. He searched desperately for any sign of their whereabouts, but to no avail. Roanoke, once a beacon of English ambition, was now a ghost town. Its inhabitants vanished without a trace. The mystery of what befell the Roanoke colonists has captivated historians and amateur sleuths for centuries. Theories abound, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. One enduring theory suggests that the colonists, facing dwindling supplies and the threat of hostile tribes, sought refuge with the friendly CROATOAN tribe on nearby Hatteras Island. This theory is supported by the carving of CROATOAN found by White, which was a prearranged signal with the colonists in case of relocation. Some believe the colonists integrated with the CROATOAN, their English identities fading over time. Another theory proposes that the colonists fell victim to conflict with hostile Native American tribes. The Roanoke colony was not without its enemies, and some historians suggest that an attack by a rival tribe, perhaps seeking revenge for past grievances, could have wiped out the settlement. However, the lack of evidence of a struggle or any human remains at the site makes this theory less compelling. Some have even speculated that the Spanish, eager to eliminate English competition in the New World, attacked and destroyed the colony. However, there is no historical evidence to support this claim. More far-fetched theories propose that the colonists succumbed to disease, perhaps a particularly virulent strain brought from Europe or contracted from the native population. Others suggest that a natural disaster such as a hurricane wiped out the settlement. However, these theories fail to explain the orderly state of the abandoned houses and the lack of any signs of a mass grave. Some, drawn to the mystery, even entertain supernatural explanations for the colony's disappearance, suggesting they were victims of vengeful spirits or vanished into thin air. While intriguing, these theories lack any factual basis. Archaeological efforts to uncover the fate of the lost colony have been ongoing for decades. Excavations have unearthed a variety of artifacts including pottery, tools, and weaponry, providing valuable insights into the daily lives of the colonists. However, no conclusive evidence has been found to definitively explain their disappearance. One intriguing development was the discovery of the Dare Stones, a series of engraved stones that claim to tell the story of the colonists' survival and journey inland. However, most historians believe these stones to be elaborate hoaxes, lacking any credible connection to the lost colony. Despite the lack of a definitive answer, the mystery of the Lost Colony of Roanoke continues to fascinate and inspire. It serves as a reminder of the harsh realities faced by early colonists and the fragility of life in the New World. The story of the lost colony has been immortalized in literature, film, and television, capturing the imaginations of generations. Each year, thousands flock to Manteo, North Carolina, to witness the Lost Colony, an outdoor drama that brings the story to life on the very land where the colonists once lived, worked, and vanished. The Lost Colony of Roanoke remains an enduring enigma, a captivating puzzle from America's past. It is a tale of ambition, hardship, and ultimately, disappearance. While the exact fate of the colonists may never be known for certain, their story continues to resonate. It speaks to our fascination with the unknown, the allure of unsolved mysteries, and the enduring power of history to both inform and intrigue. The Lost Colony, forever shrouded in mystery, serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of human endeavors and the enduring power of the unknown.